I have a I have a tattoo right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah.
So I have the 4 stars. There's a Pokeball, and then there's an ITG arrow right here. And so when people ask me what are the tattoo for, right? The 4 stars to me, they're 4 stars. I like 4 stars. The Pokeball, we'll get into that as this interview goes. The ITG arrow reminds me of that community and all the people that I've met there, and what it was to be changing changing my life. My life did change. Um, that part of me will stay with me for the rest of my life. The people that I met and the way that I was influenced into changing my life to be something better than staying and handling with stuff that I was doing into studying, learning how to progress in life. Perhaps I wasn't fortunate with having money. I wasn't fortunate with having the best things, or I wasn't fortunate to have the best talent or the best height or even the looks. I'm not exactly the looker myself, but I was fortunate to be in the scenario, be around these people, and grow and be a better David. And that drive and that sentiment I had, uh, I there's no way that I can't forget that. So that tattoo represents that to me. So it brought me other enemies. Over time, you start getting a little sidetracked, a little tired of the same routine of going in. And I have a routine when um when I was out of work and it was on the weekend, and I know I had the weekends off. I will prep myself. I'll go to McDonald's, and buy like a McChicken and or two McChickens and a cheeseburger. And as I'm driving toward the location of Playa TG, if it's in Norwalk or if it's in Mission Viejo, eat. I'll even drive around with some ankle weights, some 10-pound ankle weights to get the ankles ready. So I feel that when I'm ready to warm up and stretch, I'll be fine. Um, Over time, I started transitioning to different names. MoFo felt that it was a way that I started with the people that I first interacted with. I consider them as family. They're family to me. One time we went to an arcade. It's called Arcane Infinity. It's now closed. Um, and we went there to play Dance Dance Revolution. So we had DDR Extreme. We have some Guilty Gear going on, and then I guess there was an outage, and we all said, "Hey, look, there's a round one in Lakewood. Let's try the Lakewood." And so I drove a Chevy Astrovan at the time. There was 6 of us, right? And in that area, there's a lot of people who love to race drive. Right there, they have their suit up cars. They're into car meets, and they have all this. And some of the friends and I decided, oh yeah, we're gonna speed up and drive to Lakewood as fast. First person that gets there gets $30. And we all said, okay. But the problem is that the $30 were coming out of my wallet, and I have a van. Um, if, and so we all decided to just take off and go. Now, I don't know who won. I think it was another friend that ended up winning. He won with like an old Ford Taurus too. I think he just took a shortcut. But I know I ended dead last. There's no way I'm gonna speed a Chevy Astro going past 90, trying to do these turns on the 60 to the 605. And then if I were to get my ticket, that's on me. Um, I attempted, right? So we got there. I forked $30 over, and once we got there, they told us we only had 30 minutes to be there, and we are like, "Why?" I thought we closed around midnight. We thought they said that there was an incident, and then someone was playing DDR, and they had just had an accident. We were just like that. Okay, fine. We decided to go somewhere else, but where do we go now, right? And so we went all the way back, and we decided to head to the round one in Puente Hills. And so as I got there, some of us were already complaining, why didn't we just go here in the first place? It's a lot closer than the one in Lakewood. And I think someone else told, who was it? His name is Jose Rada. It'll be Joker. He said, oh, because we're all idiots. And we went over there, and yeah, sure enough, it was empty. There was virtually few people there. And we decided to play. We bought some beers, and we try to play it hammered. Try to play pump it up hammered. That it doesn't work. We were saying some pretty for pretty strange things, not bad things, but strange things. You normally don't say that when you're amongst your friends, um, but um, but it was quite a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Having that little race was really fun. If anything, you feel a bit awakened by just how how stupid you can make some decisions, but they were fun. It was always in fun. No one got hurt. No one got injured. And let's see, this one was in Valencia Eye Station in Valencia. Alex at the time, she was still like a local in that area. So this is Miss Figgy's Alex Sanchez, and she'll sometimes she'll go and take care of that machine. And so she said, "Oh, I'll swing by later. I'm at work." Okay. And I decided to take 3 of my friends with me. We're gonna go play a little bit on the Dedicab. We get over there. We're gonna hit up the arcade and just start getting ready to play. They see the ice skating ring on the first floor, and we had just had this little thought process. We go and said, "You know what? Let's go ice skating." And they're looking at me because, again, I'm the one who pays for a lot of things, and I'm actually saying no. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm not gonna go. They decide they're gonna go, and I end up what was it, $90? I end up paying for both of them so they can go ice skating. And I said, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna stay up and I'm gonna play ITG. I'm gonna wait for Alex, I said. And they go and buy. I think one of my other friends bought like 2 sizes too big on his foot. And yeah, I don't understand. I do understand that when he got into the ring, because it was a little time period, like they were having like people publicly ice skate around, and then on this side they had like people like professionally playing, and they're trying to do this figure 8 thing or whatever. And one of my friends, he's good at it. He looks like he knows what he's doing. And the one that I mentioned that had like 2 sizes too big, I guess he attempted to do it. He flipped, he fell on his back, and when he fell on his back, he said, "Oh, I can get up." And he went like this, and apparently he slid, and like all of this was just like skating like this onto the ice. And he had like this not like a M, but it kind of looked like a little upside down smiley face going like this. So he had it like this, and when I heard about it, I ran down to check if he's okay. Do we need to do anything? And he's like, "No, I'm okay. Just put a big gauze on me." And so, all right, fine. The staff over there was able to take care of him, and he just sat there. And then I asked him, "What? How did that happen?" And they said, "Oh well, I bought the shoes too big." And I'm like, "What the hell? Well, why'd you do that?" "Because I don't want people to know that I have small feet." Okay, I said okay, and we're moving in. Now, what size did you buy? "Oh, size 8. And I said, "What size are you?" "I'm 6. "You're size 6? Yeah, okay. I said, okay. He had this M like this, like that, and we were like, okay. And we just move on. And then by the time Alex did arrive, she asked what happened because there was a commotion over there. And he said, no, nothing happened. And I ended up telling him, yeah, he fell. He had this right here. And I was going to tell Alex it's because of his small feet that he decided to get bigger shoes. He just like covered my mouth and said, no, nothing happened. Okay, fine, nothing happened. Yeah, así los fuimos. All right. As times are going by and you're meeting other people, but it's not the same feeling. It's not that they're not family. It's just that it's a different environment, so it's a different time. And I transitioned into Raichu200 at that time. I transitioned into it because, well, I mean, first there was a theme on ITG that you can now put 6 characters instead of just so I would just put Raichu200, and then he had your little USB card, and I would just have that as Raichu200. So like, what happened to MoFo? No, I'm still there. Overall, so the name MoFo at the time, a kid, having a name like that, it's kind of trollish. As I'm growing up, is that the name I want to continue to have? No, I said myself, I want to give myself a different name. Give myself something different, something that doesn't sound so trollish, but yet keep it gamerish, keep it a bit, innocent. So I figure Raichu200 will be would be, you know, a name. It would imply, you know, my favorite Pokemon, Raichu. Um, and I mean, the number 200, it could have been any number, but I figured 200, it has a nice flow, Raichu200. And so I stuck with that. And but that name I would use more often as I was transitioning into playing with people at Howie's Game Shack. Um, and then Super Arcade will come up, and the newer people that I will meet there. But by that point, yeah, we're probably talking the time I transitioned to Super Arcade. It was 2014, 2015. It no longer had that same aspect as it did back at the Keystone era, back in the 2010s. It was a different atmosphere, but it was still a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Great people. A lot of Street Fighter for sure. A lot of Street Fighter at Super Arcade. They love having the Street Fighter stuff. I didn't really play much Street Fighter there. I was in there for just ITG, but it was a lot of fun meeting the people there. It hosted some tournaments. Happy Feet. Seth Sanchez was really instrumental in trying to revive that scenery a second time. And I was glad to help as probably as little as I could, but perhaps maybe I help more than I give myself credit for, and just keeping things a bit relevant, perhaps maybe keeping things a bit in order. Things would eventually occur. I'm not too sure what happened, but I do understood that over time, I think things occurred. There was some drama that occurred. I know for sure there was an issue in regard to us sometimes bumping the volume too loud, and so it messes up with the people playing. You know, they're constantly just hearing us, you know, yell a bunch of profanity when we're playing streams, and you know, things occurred. But Raichu 200, there's not much into that one. It was just more of a continuation, like I mentioned with MoFo, but there's not too much action. It was more on just wanting to have a name change, just wanted to get off the having, and what I felt, in my opinion, a trollish type of gamer tag, and transition to something that still looks innocent, but it doesn't look like it's just some child, right? Like I figure Raichu 200 is a bit childish, but it's more innocent on the innocent side. Something that you can go and tell young kids. You know, this is my name. You know, I figured telling MoFo's your name, you perhaps have a parent that's be like, no, no, right? But no, it was just that. Not much going on there. There's certain tournaments, stuff that I had to learn. Stuff that I learned watching YouTube, watching people like Matt and the people on the Aaron in Japan boards. I would say teaching us, because they introduced us to foot switching. They introduced us to how to stream faster, to how to maintain yourself when you're streaming from long periods of time. You know, they introduced us to a different type of ITG. And I would say I'll keep it vague. Uh, they did introduce I fell into that stamina era, which was playing a good period of time, just maintaining the stream and enjoying. I think watching friends like Seth, watching friends like Miguel, you know, I didn't go into what they were able to do, but I certainly felt every time that they were there playing, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to play, and I wanted to get better at it. And there's certainly some things that I did achieve, so I'm very happy. But there's not too much in regard to stories, as more as I just took I took in the groove of ITG into just a different type of gaming play. Yeah, so there's certain current categories. I think I was more into the stamina type player, meaning that I'm a person that just wanted to stream and stream and stream. I was a person that I felt very comfortable when I would do streams. Maybe even, I wouldn't even call it stamina, because as your upper echelon players will play, they would call that a warm up. But in my sense, doing streams, playing 6-7 minute songs, at 140, 150 BPM, that was what I liked. I like just maintaining that rhythm, maintaining the flow, liking to just stream. I don't think I was too much on freestyle. I mean, I can't dance, but I wasn't too much on freestyle. I was okay having FA. FA just means you're fantastic attack, where it's just how accurate are you. I was all right. I don't exactly have any quads or any 100%, but I certainly I wasn't bad at FA. Um, let's see. It was more that. It was more playing that. I think what I really enjoy was when I would do streams, you get a little high, like a runner high. For a little period of time, you're just concentrating onto the song, and you're not really in focus of what's around you. Only it's just you listening to the song and your body's moving into that rhythm. And portions of that, I think that's what just gravitated me to continue to play ITG was that um, was was just streaming. And when you're done, you feel sweaty. You feel like you worked out. You feel accomplished. You feel that you put your time into playing. You feel like you just got a good sweat, and that was it. That was the type of player I was right off the get go when I first started too. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to play stuff like that. I wanted to stream. I wanted to get good at streaming, and I didn't focus on anything else aside from that. But same things would stay. My friends were also moving on from it. There was this big scandal at Keystone that after they took that machine away, we all kind of ventured off in our different ways, and so that's that magic that just wasn't there anymore. And I feel Raichu200, that was just that little period. You can call it like a little hyphen. You were transitioning to something else. Um, and maybe not now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I just transitioned to no longer playing ITG. Certainly before I hit the now to 5K, um, if I think about it, I perhaps still want to play. Looking at it right now, there was a little joke that they said on the Aaron in Japan boards. You never really ever retired. You always come back for a little bit and play. Um, but it's not the same. I think what made me fall in love with it in the group, well, like I mentioned before, was the community. And that's something that nothing will take away from me. It was that the growing up, the going from a boy to maybe an older boy, but certainly on the right track. Certainly on the right track for sure. Overall, I think it was really great, and they, for the most part, we we had a lot of fun. The people were very positive, but it was time to change, and it started to die down. It started to feel as uh, it didn't have the same fire aspect as it did when I started in 2007. We're probably talking 7 years, 8 years. 2015, 2016 is where I think um I last played ITG was in 2016. I attempted to play into 2017 December. Um, I attempted to play one last time when with it'll be Sean and Alita, so they're known as Joker, and I think what is Sean known? Hawk. Well, sorry Sean, if I forgot your gamer tag, you can criticize me after. But and Alita, I'm sure people know Alita in Southern California. And they invited us to a 5K. They invited us to their home, and they have a Dedicap, and we attempted to play, but much of the magic was gone. And I feel magic is influence. By magic, I mean that little spark, that sense of wanting to play. I think at that point it was gone. I was still playing DDR, but it was, for the most part, I felt that a new time was coming.
Thank you, gamers, for joining us for this conversation. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe so you can see more of this interview and others like it. Have a good one, you guys.